Over the past century, the world has been transformed by rapid technological advancements and relentless innovation. Life has been made easier and more enjoyable by technologies that have revolutionized how we communicate, how we travel, and experience moments. And every year, these technologies become faster, smarter, sleeker, safer, and more efficient. But what about an appliance that is increasingly viewed as essential for living in many parts of the world? The humble air conditioner.
Unlike other technologies, the AC hasn't changed a great deal since Willis Carrier developed the first home air conditioner in 1926.
According to cooling experts, if Mr. Carrier were to come back to life, he would know exactly how the vapor compression system of today's units work.
The core technology has barely changed.
What has changed is that it has become dramatically more affordable and accessible, with 3 new air conditioners being sold every second. This increased access to cooling has positively impacted the health, the well-being, and productivity of people around the world.
But it comes at an environmental cost we cannot afford.
The very devices that are keeping us cool and comfortable are heating up the planet.
A warming planet, combined with increased urbanization and rising income levels, is driving an unprecedented growth in demand for residential room air conditioners.
At the current rate of demand, 4.5 billion ACs will be in use globally, over 3 times more than are in operation today, using an astounding 2,000 extra gigawatts of energy.
The gigatons of carbon dioxide equivalent emissions that are released due to the appliance's energy demand and the atmospheric impact of the refrigerants used together will contribute significantly to global warming.
If left unchecked, use of residential room air conditioners could lead to up to 0.5 degrees Celsius of warming by the end of the century.
In short, keeping cool now is making our planet heat up dangerously in the long run.
So how do we solve this cooling dilemma? The Global Cooling Prize, an innovation competition to develop a climate-friendly residential cooling solution, was launched in November 2018
with the aim of tackling the cooling challenge head-on.
So how did we do this? By getting the best minds in the cooling world on board, incentivizing the development of ideas for sustainable, more efficient, and affordable cooling technologies.
And ultimately, we aim to replace air conditioners in stores with these newer, better, and less environmentally harmful technologies to begin the journey towards a cooler planet.
From this foundational concept came the formal call for innovators across sectors and around the world to create breakthrough, innovative cooling solutions at 5 times less climate impact through both a significantly reduced electricity draw and much less harmful refrigerants that together are no more costly than 2 times the price of ACs being sold in the market today.
Over the course of a year, more than 2,100 registrations from the prize from 96 countries were received, and of this, 139 teams from 31 countries followed through with the detailed technical applications.
Finally, the prize's technical review committee whittled down those selections to 8 finalists from around the world and representing many different technologies and approaches. All of those announced in November of 2019.
Barakal, Daikin with Nikon Sakai, Godrej and Boyce Manufacturing with ATE Enterprises, Gree Electric Appliances with Tsinghua University, Creighton Corporation with IIT Bombay, Porus Laboratories and Infosys, M Squared Thermal Solutions, S&S Design Startup Solutions, Transera with Qingdao Haier.
These 8 finalists were given $200,000 each to develop a prototype.
6 teams delivered their prototypes in the midst of a global pandemic that disrupted lives and affected manufacturing supply chains.
And that brings us to where we are today.
At the cusp of recognizing a breakthrough technology that has shattered the ceiling of expected performance and taken on one of the biggest threats to our climate.
The Global Cooling Prize is more than just a reward for excellence in engineering. It heralds a new paradigm in the fight against climate change.
The Global Cooling Prize is a promise of a culture of innovation that can galvanize engineers, innovators, and corporations around the world to focus on super efficient, climate-friendly, and affordable solutions to our most pressing problems.
It's a validation of what is technically possible and what can be realistically scaled. It establishes momentum, building the political will to move beyond incremental energy improvements and adopt much more aggressive performance rating systems in energy performance standards.
But most of all, the Global Cooling Prize is a vision of access to cooling for all without warming the planet.